Hello, boys and girls. This is Miss Nelson. I am one of the first grade teachers. Today, we're going to be looking at social studies. And when we start with our social studies, we're always going to look at our standard. The standard that we're going to be dealing with for this week is going to be standard 1.2. Identify rights and responsibilities of citizens within the local community and state. Your essential question is going to be, why are rules and laws so important? Your I can statement. I can describe the importance of being a good citizen. Okay, for this week's lesson, you will need your Social Studies Weekly magazine. You're going to need a pencil and your listening ears and your eyes. Rules introduction. You're going to view a video right now.
You may not like rules, but did you know rules are there to help you be happy and safe? If cars didn't obey rules on the road, there would be more accidents and people would get hurt and be unhappy. There are rules on the playground. Sharing toys with others and being kind are important when you play. If a teacher tells you not to play on something, that keeps you safe from getting hurt. Coming back to your class when you're told to is important so you can show your teacher you respect him or her. In your classroom, there are probably rules about sharing and taking turns. Raising your hand when you want to say something, listening to your teacher when he or she is talking, and not talking to your friend when it's time to work. These are some of the rules that help make sure everyone has a chance to learn. There are rules about bullying. Saying unkind or mean things to other kids is against the rules. Hitting or pushing others is against the rules. Bullying makes others sad and can hurt their feelings and their bodies. Do you have rules at home? Do you have chores to do, like keeping your room clean? You might have rules about fighting with a brother or sister. Maybe you have to do your homework before you can play with friends. When you have rules, you learn how to be responsible for yourself. There are also rules for safety at home. Not playing with matches or knives are rules to keep you safe. Grown-ups and teachers make rules for us. They care for you and make rules that protect and help you. We have leaders in our cities and towns. These leaders create rules that make it possible for everyone to be treated fairly and feel safe. Sometimes you may not like rules, but try to remember rules are made to help you and keep you from being hurt or hurting others. Rules are really your friends.
Okay, now let's move to the vocabulary portion of it. Okay, it said here are words that you will find in your magazine. Remember, this is your magazine. This is your magazine, your Studies Weekly. The first word is going to be responsibility, and responsibility is a duty to do or not to do something. For example, if mom asks you to go clean your room, you are responsible for keeping your room clean. So that's your duty. The next one is well, a hole dug in the ground to get some water. And the last word is running water. Water that comes from a faucet into a building. If you go in the kitchen to get a glass of water, you're going to turn the faucet on and the water's going to run out the faucet. What are rules? Rules are instructions that we follow to keep us safe. Rules help us so that we can be prepared and organized. Rules keep things in order. We have rules for virtual learning. These rules will help us stay focused. So again, what are rules? Rules are instructions that we follow to keep us safe. Okay, here are some rules for our distant learning. First of all, I would like for you all to sit up straight so you can listen at the rules. Virtual classroom rules. Find a quiet place free of distractions, TV, parents, toys, pets, siblings, and etc. Second one, show up on time for class and wait to be admitted into it if needed. Third one, be respectful at all times when your video is on. No inappropriate language or no hand gestures. Stay on mute. Click the raise hand button if you have a question or something to share. Stay on task and focus so that you don't miss anything the speaker has to say. So boys and girls, you will need to go these rules every day with your parents. Let's read. Let's go over our Social Studies Weekly Magazine. Okay. On the very first page, let's look at our front cover. On this the front cover, we have a picture of a little girl. She's just like you all. And she looks like she's cleaning up the kitchen. Let's see what's going on.
What are some rules at your home? What are some rules at your school? Some rules help keep us safe. Some rules help us learn. People who make the rules have a responsibility to make sure the rules are fair for everyone.
Okay. Let's look back up here. It says, what are some rules at your home? Think about that for a minute. What are some rules at your home? Okay, I just want you to think about it. But I know one rule at my house is no running in my house. Okay? Because if you run, you can fall and hurt yourself. You can hurt yourself on your mom's furniture.
What responsibilities do you have at home? Many kids do chores at home. Homework is another responsibility.
All right? Responsibility. It is our duty. Homework is your responsibility. Keeping your room clean is your responsibility. Sitting quietly while we're doing social studies is your responsibility.
What responsibilities do you have at school? In the cafeteria, you clean up your place when you are finished eating. Grown-ups have responsibilities too. Parents take care of their children. They make sure they have food, clothes, and a place to live.
Okay? All right, grown-ups. Your parents are grown-up. I'm a grown-up. Ms. Nelson is a grown-up. And my responsibility is to teach you.
Teachers help you learn. They talk to your parents about how you are doing in school. Children all over the world have responsibilities. In many countries, some homes do not have running water. Families carry water from a well to their homes. The school nurse helps you if you are sick or hurt. other people work hard to keep your school clean.
Okay. All right. Other people work hard to keep your school clean. What are those people? What are the job titles? They're called custodians. They have a responsibility to keep the schools clean.
What do the first letters of these things spell? Write the first letter of each of these things on the line below the picture. What do the letters spell?
Okay. Show what you know. Now we're going to complete today's assignment that you will turn in for a grade. You need to turn to the fun and games section of your magazine, and that is going to be found in the back of the magazine, the last page. Okay? All right. Next, you're going to write your name. I need you to write your first and last name. Then you're going to, it said let's complete each task. I'm going to model what you need to do. When you finish, you will take a picture and email it to your teacher. Send it to her or me on Class Dojo or upload it to Schoology. Okay, it says, what do the first letters of each of these things spell? Write the first letter of each of these things on the line below the picture. Okay, for example, the first picture is a rope. Rope. What is the first letter? The first letter is going to be R. Rope. The next one is umbrella. You're going to write the first letter. What does umbrella begins with? Lamp. Lamp. Elephant. Snake. You're only going to write the beginning sound, the first letter.
Draw a line from each picture on the left to the picture on the right that matches that person's responsibility.
Okay. The people that you have on your left, first one is a doctor. The next one's a teacher, custodian. On your right, you have students sitting in a desk, a water pail, and a child lying in the bed. Okay, if I was going to do it, I would say a doctor. What does a doctor do? He takes care of people when they're sick. So this little child is sick, so he needs to go to the doctor. Now I want you to do the other two on your own.
You probably know that George Washington was our first president. When he was young, he had a different job. He measured land and drew maps. George measured carefully so his maps would be correct. He knew people needed maps to help them find their way around our new country. When you do your work at school, do you think and work carefully? If you do, then you are like George Washington.
Okay. Okay. Right, it says, on our read aloud, let's review why rules are important by listening to the story. What if everybody did that? click on the link to enjoy this story at your home. And this is the link that you are going to click on, and you can enjoy that story that we just read. After today's lesson, you can describe the importance of being a good citizen. Remember, good citizen follows what? Good citizens follow rules. You all have a great afternoon.